Hey everybody, I'm the Linux Gamer and I just built myself a brand new gaming PC. I spent just under $800 on this rig, and I'm glad that I did. It's fantastic and I'm very excited to show it off. So let's talk about what parts I used for this build, shall we? Let's start off with the motherboard. I selected the Asus M5A78LM/USB 3 micro ATX board as a base. Purchased from NCIX US, this cost me about 58 bucks. I chose the 6-core AMD FX 6300 as my processor. It runs cool at a stock speed of 3.5 GHz, it's overclockable, and only cost me $95. For RAM, I went with a single 8GB stick from Team Elite. It's DDR3 at a speed of 1600 MHz. For my purposes, 8GB is sufficient, but with video editing, I could definitely use more. It works for my needs, and I plan on upgrading with a second identical stick in the near future. At $58, I don't see a reason to not upgrade. Storage was the easiest decision I had to make. I chose a 120GB SSD from Kingston and a 1TB Western Digital Blue mechanical drive for $53 a piece. And then it came time to find a graphics card. This was the hardest part of the process for me. I wanted to stay in budget, but I also wanted to have enough power to run the latest games at respectable settings. Given how much of a hard time I've had with my laptop's spectacularly awful Radeon HD 6620, I knew I'd be going with Nvidia. After several iterations of this build on PCPartsPicker.com, cutting corners and trimming fat in other places, I arrived at the Nvidia GTX 970 by Zotac. With 4GB of RAM and a clock speed of 1.1 GHz, this beastly card rips through most games at max settings and buttery smooth frame rates. The single most expensive component of this build, at $310, it was absolutely worth it. Powering it all is a 500-watt, 80+ bronze power supply by EVGA. To encase this monster of a machine, I selected the Fractal Design Core 1100. This case is sleek and stylish. For front I/O, it sports one USB 2.0 and one USB 3.0 port. Assembling this machine was somewhat of a nightmare. At first, I bought this motherboard under the erroneous assumption that there was a USB 3 header on the board. There isn't. So, I picked up a USB 3.0 PCI card from DodoCool to power my front port. That hasn't arrived yet, but it was only 15 bucks on Amazon. In hindsight, I'd probably opt for a full-size tower. There's almost no way to fit this motherboard into the case, seriously. I had less than 1/8 of an inch of play to fit this motherboard. It literally wouldn't fit with the I/O shield installed, so it doesn't have one. To say that this mid-tower case is small is an understatement. The novel design of the hard drive mounting bracket is great, except when you're trying to fit a full-size 3.5-inch drive into place. There was only one way to fit this drive in place and still have the power cable reach, and it simply wouldn't fit. It was blocked by the case's fan, so I've ordered a 3.25-inch adapter bracket so I can fit my 3.5-inch drive securely into an optical drive bay. I ordered many of my parts from different retailers. The only problem I had with any of my purchases came from NCIX US. I ordered the motherboard, the case, and the processor from them because they had the cheapest prices. Unfortunately, those were the last components to both ship and arrive. To compound the issue, I wasn't told that my processor had been back-ordered. Granted, it was only delayed shipment by 1 day, but splitting the single order into 3 different packages and waiting over 3 days to actually ship my order just seemed foolish. Every other retailer I used were fantastic. Amazon, Newegg, and especially Outlet PC. I didn't even use expedited shipping, and I had my Outlet PC order on my doorstep in 3 days. I'm definitely going to use them from now on. I hope you've enjoyed some of this footage that I recorded with my new computer. I'll be doing reviews with this PC from now on, so look forward to more from me in the future. Also, be sure you check out my latest review. It's on Luftrausers. If you enjoyed this video, why not click that like button and share it with your friends? And you should definitely subscribe to see more from me, the Linux Gamer. Thanks for watching.